Hi everyone, welcome to Prince Academy. How are you all? I hope you are all doing very well for your upcoming exams conducted by Ignou, right? Okay, coming to the point. In this video, we are going to list out the top 10 topics, top 10 questions for the upcoming exam, right? So we'll discuss these questions one by one, what you need to cover and what you need to leave, right? We'll start without wasting our time. First question: development and progress, economic and social dimension. This is from unit 1, and this unit tells all about the notions of development and process and evolution, both from anthropological and sociological perspective, right? And also the change and progress as propagated by Morgan, Comte, Spencer, Hobhouse, Marx, Weber, Durkheim, Parson, etc. All these theories and the propagates comes under this topic, and in this topic you have to cover these subtopics 1.3, 1.4 and 1.8, right? Next, social and gender development. Coming to this topic, social and gender development. In gender development, women's development, and emerging perspectives on women's development, and also the adverse impacts of development on women. Those are very important for your question paper, right? In this topic you have to cover these subtopics 3.3 and 3.6. Next, modernization and Gandhian perspective. In the concept of modernization, in this topic you have to cover, there was a must question there. You have to cover Giddens analysis of modernity. That was actually a very important question. You may get this question this year, right? Next, modernization and Gandhian perspective. In Gandhian perspective on development, he gave importance to labor in the production process and also indigenous technology. Indigenous technology is also a very important question, and he also concentrated on local self-governance and also self-reliance for social and economic development, and also decentralizing power, empowering local people, strengthening the village economy. His outlook, Gandhian perspective's outlook, was to develop villages, to develop labors, to develop village economy, right? So we have to cover modernization and Gandhian perspective, right? Almost, of course, other two, liberal perspective and Marxian perspective, are also very important, but you can watch those also. Just get the outlines from those perspectives, liberal perspective and Marxian perspective. But Gandhian perspective is also a very important question, right? Next, dependency theory. It is from unit 9. It is actually a critique of Western oriented development theories, so you have to prepare for this also. Next, India and Canada. In these two chapters you have to cover in economic perspective, right? Like development after getting development after getting independence from British rule, and also mixed economies stressing both agricultural and industrial developments, and also economic liberalization and privatization, globalization, right? And privatization policies on the economy and social and cultural life of the people in India. You have to cover this. In this topic you have to cover 16.4 is the subtopic. And coming to the Canada, you have to cover 17.4 economic nationalism, how the economic patterns, how the economic planning will be in Canada. You have to cover 16.4 and 17.4. Next, cultural dimensions of globalization. This is a very important topic. You have to cover cultural dimensions of globalization, the process of globalization and the development experiences of all societies around the world, right? And the dimensions of the process of globalization, and also its implications on for the economic, social and cultural arena of human progress in general, right? Globalization, all about globalization, cultural dimension, how the cultural dimension would have taken in the on the process of globalization. Next, indigenous is nothing but our own technology, right? In this unit, in this topic, you have to cover these subtopics 22.7 and 22.8. 8. Right. It examines indigenous topic examines the patents regime and its implications for indigenous people and their exclusive knowledge. Right. Next, dimensions of knowledge society. This topic is helps to understand the meaning, futures, and basis of the emerging knowledge society, and also the primary importance of information and communication technology, and also the emergence of information and communication technology led knowledge society. Right? Understand? Next, Greenpeace and civil society movements. Right? Greenpeace is actually it is an independent international campaigning organ, covers environmental problems global level, right? And also civil society movements, the role of civil society organization in the upliftment of common people. Understand? Next, and you have to cover these topics: population, sustainable development, and World Trade Organization. A little bit about the population problems on the process of development and the definition of sustainable development and nature and futures of sustainability, about basics, principles, and objectives about World Trade Organization. You have to cover these top 10 list, and you will get most of these questions from the top 10 list. Right? Thank you all.